Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Would You Blank If Blank Were the Consequence. And today we're going to be basing the entire episode around the new episode of Black Mirror that we just went over, which would have come out this past Tuesday. So if you want a little more context to what we're doing, the name of the episode is Be Right Back. It's from Season 2. It's the very first episode. Or you can just watch our Tuesday episode. But if you haven't seen it, it's going to spoil everything.
As I say, if you really want to see the episode, I would definitely go watch it and then come back.
This also might be slightly spoilerish from that episode as well.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's primarily based off of that episode.
Yes.
So the question is, would you bring back a loved one or bring a loved one back to life if they had to be a robot? That's essentially the question. So I guess the best way of going about this, essentially your loved one dies. For the argument of this, we're going with spouse. This is what it was in the episode itself. So they die. The service says, hey, we have a way for you to have your loved one back. We're going to grab everything they've ever posted on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on any forum we can find where they have ever been on. And if you give us access, anything privately they've ever used on a computer, on a phone, photographs, voice stuff, any and everything. And we're going to give you this robotic or android or whatever you want to say person that acts and talks like them based off the information it has gathered.
Yeah. So it is.
We're skipping the first two steps from this. We're just going straight to the human or the robotic aspect of it.
So pretty much it's a being that is compiled up of all the memories and information your loved one has pretty much collected over the years.
But it's only based off of, again, off online stuff.
Yes.
It's not like you downloaded the data from their brain. We're not going that route. This is more of their online presence. Anything, any extra photographs, anything personal they have, anything that's digital.
Yes.
It's taking the digital representation of this person, given a robotic body, and you have your loved one back. Kind of.
You would pretty much have pieces of them. You
Yes.
would have kind of their second cousin twice removed.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a little closer to that. It's going to feel more like a brother that was around a lot, but not always.
Yeah.
So the real question of this is, would you do it? Given all the information, would you be the person? Do you think it would be worth having that loved one back, even if it wasn't completely them? If it was only their online presence. And of course, if your loved one, your significant other, happened to be someone who wasn't online a bunch, who didn't post, because there's still quite a few people out there like that. But my wife, on the other hand, she posts quite a bit. We probably they'd give me some version of her, but it definitely wouldn't be the version I know, because the version you are online, the version you post to the world, isn't the same version that you really are. It's not really you.
So pretty much, based off your Facebook presence and the fact that you do have this podcast, your robot self would come back liking very random stuff and yelling a lot.
A lot of yelling. See, I didn't even think about applying this to me personally. Yeah. Like, with me being on camera, anybody who's been on camera a lot, that's a lot to go off of.
Yeah.
There's
You've had how many...
There's a gnat or something. It's just this little bug. You little... Whatever.
Join our crew, okay? This is our mascot.
If it takes everything I've done on this and everything I did on Hot Sour Sparkle, I think there's like 300 something episodes on Hot. I had so much content there.
So I think besides your personal connection, like how you are with your wife at home, they would have a pretty good idea of.
They have me down pretty well.
But they'd have your more outlandish side.
Yes.
Your camera presence.
My camera presence.
Yes.
It wouldn't be the at home on the couch playing video games all day presence.
No, your character.
But it would be a version of me,
Yeah.
or a version of her, or a version. Is it worth it? Is that version, would you want that even for a short period of time to try to feel like that person wasn't gone?
Well, that's the thing, is that, I mean, obviously my answer is going to be a bit biased because I watched the episode this was based off of, and that brings a whole, yeah. But is it a short amount of time, or do you just have this robot until you decide to decommission it? Like,
I mean, that was the episode. It really is up to you. You get to keep this thing as long as you want or as short as you want.
yes, but it's like you've brought your loved one back from the dead in a sense, and now staring him in the face, you're going to just send them away. Like,
Can you?
I went through this death, I went through mourning, and now you're living and breathing in front of me, but I can't handle this, so I'm going to have to watch you leave again.
It comes down to how much can you accept that's not real. That this is a fake thing, that getting rid of it is no more than just getting rid of a computer program.
It's just...
Or will you keep it forever and hide it in an attic? These are the questions.
I don't know. It's weird because when you really think about it, it's like, yes, this person, depending on how much information that was on the internet about this person, it's like you could...
I have to stop at that. Your significant other, not at all.
Yeah,
We got
exactly.
nothing.
Exactly.
Your personal significant other, not a good choice for this.
No.
Think of someone you know who's going to be online a bunch. I don't know everyone you know, so find one of the people you know who's got a decent online presence and go from that, because he's not going to know. Nope, he's not one to do that.
Nope. So I'd be nope. But that's the thing, is that it's like where I think it would, like, at first you would be happy.
Yes, you'd be happy.
You'd be happy with, because it's like you have their little quirks back, their little sayings and stuff, but eventually, like every other computer, every other program, every other anything, there's going to be glitches or missing information.
Because it can't account for everything.
Yes, and because it's not meant to be a person. Like, it's not... I'm going to oh, fucking A. Okay. Yes, it is replacing a human being, but it's not meant to grow into a human being.
No.
Meaning, it's not going to be able to fill in those gaps. Like, it's going to go, I can't compute this. Like...
And also, I don't think it's not supposed to.
Yeah, and
this
that's
is
the
supposed
thing.
to be a service to, like, okay, you have your loved one, but it's supposed to help you move on. Because at some point, you are going to realize that this isn't really this person. I've loved talking to it. It's been great having it around, but in the end, it's not the same person. It's a version of that person that I knew, but it's not that person. It can't fill all the void that that person left when they died.
Yes, and so you're pretty much just... I think this would be a good service as far as people who the loss was sudden. Like,
yes.
In the show's case, like, just accidents, like accidental death, maybe a suicide, maybe just anything where you didn't get to ask them the final questions or tell them what you really wanted. And even though this isn't them, just saying it out loud to something that looks like them, it may help. But I think people will run into the same problems that once you have them, are you willing to let them go again, even if it's not them? Like, even if you look them in the face and go, I know you're not real, and they just say something right back to you that is exactly what your significant other would say in that moment. Could you be like, I'm shutting you down?
it's according to how much, I guess, how much you actually have moved on. Because, I mean, if you've really accepted that they really are gone and that it is just a computer program, then I think you probably can let this go. Like, this was great, but I can't have this because it's too much. I can't continue to have this thing that I know isn't my significant other. I can't have that continuously going at me.
Yes. And then...
Unless you wanted a sex doll forever. Then it's
you
like, all right, we're good to go.
You feel like, well, they were really great, so I'm going to keep that around.
I'm going to hide it in the drawer over here, and it's going to be when I need it, okay?
Just be like, giant TV stand. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's nothing.
Don't worry about that. It all comes out when I need it, okay? But it's not going to feel that emotional connection that you need.
No. And... then you realize that, yes, it's going to try to fill in the voids that it doesn't know with random stuff from the internet. So it's like things that you're expecting your loved one to say back to you, and it says something completely off the wall. I think that jar might not help the moving on process. Like, just...
I don't know. I feel that the more it acts not like your significant other, the more you're going to be able to move on. Because the more you're going to be able to recognize it's time. Well, it's not really this person.
It depends on how early on that happens, though.
It wouldn't be immediately, because immediately it's just talking. It's the relief of getting to see this person again.
Yeah.
And the more you go, and the more small things build into big things, it's like you're not this person.
Yeah.
Because it comes down to like, fighting in general. Any argument you have. This thing doesn't know arguments. Why? Because that's not what you post online. Yeah. Unless you're one of those people who post all your business on Facebook. Which I don't think you probably shouldn't do anyway. Yeah. But for the most part, it's not going to know those things. Yeah. It's not going to know the intimate moments between you and your spouse. And how things work and how things are. And it's just every time you hit one of these roadblocks or one of these crossroads, it's going to be like... this isn't you. This really isn't, and I have to move past it, and I have to move on.
But once again, like looking into the face of this person that you will never see again, especially after you decommission this thing, would you be able to just let it go? Like you know that you've lost this person, there's no way of bringing them back, and suddenly here they are standing in front of you in whatever form you think. You're looking into the eyes of the person that you care about most, and even though you know, well, this isn't the real thing, it's never going to be the real thing, but it's something. Would that be enough?
Well, that is the question. That is the would you if question. Would you take on this service? Would you use the service to get your loved one back? Temporarily? Maybe permanently, according to who you are. I think it's more best used for a temporary thing to help you move on and get past and go. Because you're never going to get with anyone else with the ex hiding in the attic. It just ain't going to work out that way.
No. I don't know. This one is very tricky because I don't think my immediate answer would be no. Because I don't feel like if I've lost someone that I've really cared about and they're standing in front of me again, in no matter what form, I don't think I could just be like, well, good times are gone, you're not who I thought you were, you're gonna have to leave. But at the same time, it's like, the other thing is, how do I say this? How do you know also that you're not going to get attached to it, as far as not even just as they're my loved one, but it's like, okay, this person feels real. I know they're not a person, they're a robot, but it kind of like, an iRobot kind of situation, or just any movie or any show you can think of with artificial intelligence, where it's like something starts to feel so real that you take pity on it, like, yeah, hide it in the attic because you can't kill it. But no, for me, I don't think I could do it because, one, there's the risk of not being able to stop it once it started. The only way I would even go near a yes is if, for sure, somehow, whether it's just a hard shut off or just a temporary service, like you get to tell them, you get to talk to them for whatever, one day, tell them all the things you meant to, and that's it. Because I can't, otherwise, no, I can't do it. Like,
but that's how this works. You have to move on personally. You can't. Would you really prefer you get super attached to this thing and it gets ripped from you again?
Well, no, that's...
Then you gotta move on all over again.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. As far as, like, as I said, my answer pretty much would be no, I cannot use the service because I know I would get attached. But as I said, the only way I could possibly even lean towards yes is if for sure it was like it's kind of like the same way people do, like, lucid dreaming after they've lost someone, or they turn to mediums or Ouija boards or anything where they just want that last communication.
Don't fall for it, kids. The Ouija boards, the mediums, the fortune tellers, they're all lies. Don't fall for it. Get a robot instead.
There you go. So, what is your answer? I laid out my cards.
Yeah, you
what
very
is
much
yours?
did. I say yes, totally.
Yeah.
I would totally go with it.
You want your sex spot?
Yeah, why not? We'll keep it for however long it needs to stick around. No, I think it would be something very cool. I also do think it would be a cool, or even a good way to try to move on. I think it would be very, very interesting. I think it could help a lot. And it's like, oh, maybe you weren't in the best relationship, or maybe you weren't, or maybe you fought a lot. Oh, now this is a better version of your spouse. Yes!
You're like, I will train you.
You'll do whatever I say and never argue about anything? Yes!
I'm leaving. I quit this podcast.
So I'm on the exact opposite spectrum of you on this one. I say this would be actually pretty cool. A cool experiment. Now, would it backfire me completely? Maybe. I don't know. But I say yes. I definitely say yes.
Yeah, when it starts talking to your... Oh, so you knew this person? Here, tell me about them so I can, learn more. Yeah. When your robot starts learning more, then you'll be sorry.
We'll find out. No, we won't find out because it's not real, but we'll find out. No. So.
Nope.
No. Yes. Do I ever say no?
Do you ever say no? Sometimes.
I'm sure I've said no on something.
Yeah, I thought we both agreed on one of them, which was a no.
I don't remember. We've done... This is the 8th one.
Anybody want to tally for us?
Tally for us, yeah. Because I definitely apparently can't do it. I don't remember what I said. Anyway, no, yes, nope. She says no.
I can't tally.
Exactly, because I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what we just said. She says no. I say yes. What do you say? Yes or no? I'll have a poll up, as always, on Beyond Our Focus on Twitter. There will be a poll, or you can always reach the show on Facebook or on Instagram, where we have Instagrams are behind the scenes. Some fun pictures of the sets and some different things behind the scenes. And but other than that, you can reach me at BGJ Gamer, reach Amanda at KZ Pup, reach the show at all the places I just said. Also, you can listen to any of our podcasts on podcast services. We're on a bunch of them, including Spotify. Throw a like, throw a dislike if you just didn't like our conversation for whatever reason. Some of you have done that. And throw a comment down below.
Yes, we would like feedback. Feedback is good. We want to hear what you think. We want to hear if this would be a good coping mechanism. I can say that word. I swear I can't. If you believe more of him, where it's like, I'm getting a new spouse and I'm gonna
upgrading. Okay,
I'm gonna form them in my image. Or if you're like me, where it's like it would be a nice thing to talk to them and say the last bits, but otherwise keep it. No, I know. So let us know.
Let us know. Throw anything down in the comments down below. But I believe that is it. So till next time, long days and pleasant nights.